Welcome back to the Boeing Bookshelf.
And we're both on here today. We realized that we haven't done one together in a while. We've just been doing our individual books. Me mainly. I have more free time in my hands.
Yes.
But yeah, we figured that we'd just get on here and talk about our books, things that we have that are coming up that we are looking forward to, and I think we're going to also talk about some like book fails, books that we've read and that we couldn't finish.
Yes.
so yeah. But anyways, I know that one thing I was like really excited to share about because. She had a new book come out this month. Oh my god, I was so excited for it. It's Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. Oh, I was so excited. This is completely different. It is her first adult series or book. So she started writing. What was the first one that came out?
I think it was Throne of Glass.
Throne of Glass? Yeah, so she's the writer for the Throne of Glass series, which is, oh my god, fabulous. I love it. And I don't know why it took me so long to read it. He started it.
Yes. Not the necessarily best series, but it is really good.
I loved it. It was awesome. And then because of that, I read her Court of Thorns and Roses series, which... I love Beauty and the Beast. Anybody who knows me knows I love Beauty and the Beast. And that is a retelling and a little twist to it. Like, it just kind of expands. Like, the first one is definitely more Beauty and the Beast themed. And then it kind of takes in, like, the whole series is a little Beauty and the Beast without it being Beauty and the Beast. It's a little weird, but I loved it. Oh, my God. I cannot wait to reread that book, or that series. So yes, I was really, really excited. This came out at the beginning of this month. Well, we're still in the beginning of this month, but I cannot wait to read it. I am super excited about it, and yes, once I've kind of gotten to the point where I can read something other than the Fever series, that will be the first thing I pick up. So hopefully something this month. Fingers crossed.
Fortunately, I don't have any books that I'm really excited about right now. A couple books I know they're coming out within the next year or two, but it's a while before they're coming out, so I'm not quite as excited for them yet.
We have started reading or listening to Brent Weeks'
Blinding Knife.
Blinding Knife. We're what?
Maybe a fourth of the way in.
Yeah, so we're just started it. So far it's really good. Can't wait to talk about that one. I'm not gonna give anything away right now. Feelings or likes or dislikes or anything like that. You'll have to wait for that one.
I'm currently actually listening to the first book for Aaron M. Evans' Brimstone Angels. Unfortunately, it is out of print, so I am listening to it.
Yes, I've read Brimstone Angels, and I really liked it, mainly because like we do play D&D. I mean, obviously, like D&D shirt. And usually we have like a 20-sided dice that he made rolling around somewhere over here. So yeah, we do play D&D, and we love D&D. And my favorite character to play is a Tiefling Warlock. Love those. Oh my gosh. The shenanigans my Tiefling Warlock has gotten us into.
Yeah.
Priceless.
But yeah, so reading that, I mean, it's nice to do some Forgotten Realms. It's not R.I. Salvatore.
Yeah, and that is my the Brimstone Angel series is my very first true high fantasy, like D&D kind of type thing that I've read. I'm still reading the second one. Unfortunately, the second one is, in my opinion, is probably one that I will stop with.
So
unfortunately,
it may become one of your book fails.
Well, yeah, because it's been sitting in my. So I have a Kindle app, and it's been sitting in the app. I'm like 30% through the book, and it's been sitting there like that for the past year and a half.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. it's hit a lull. And it kind of happens like with most D&D campaigns. You've kind of hit that part where it's what to do now, and you kind of delving into each person's backstory or whatnot, and side quests, and it's kind of hit that part in the book where it's like, it's boring. I'm sorry.
On that note, one of my biggest book fails. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman fell in love with the writing with Dragonlance, tried to pick up their Deathgate cycle. Well, I think it was both of them for Deathgate cycle. Got the first 2 books and couldn't even make it through the first one. Might try them again at some point, but currently that would be one of my book fails.
Yeah, so I've had quite a few book fails, unfortunately, lately. One, so Disney, or I think Disney Publisher, I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember much anymore, because at one point I stopped caring. But we were reading, or me and my best friend were reading Disney's the Twisted Tales stories. I had such high hopes for this series because, I love Disney. You can't tell here, but there's Disney a lot in our house. And so, yeah, I had such high hopes for the series. And again, one of the books was retelling Beauty and the Beast. So why wouldn't I try that? And it was a struggle from the get-go. The writing style was very immature. And these books were put in YA. I feel like that's a wrong place for them. They should be in intermediate. Just because the writing style was very immature. It was almost like in the way that they put, like, in the beginning, that the first book is A Whole New World. Aladdin and Jasmine were supposed to be like 15, 16, 17 years old. They felt more like 12 and 13. Then Once Upon a Dream, which is the retelling for Sleeping Beauty, that felt like 14. Just very immature. A lot of things I just couldn't wrap my head around. It was like, oh my god, this is so boring. And I was so disappointed and so crushed because, again, I love Disney. Why wouldn't it be good? I'm sorry, it sucked. And then reading Beauty and the Beast was the kill it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I did finish it, mainly because I needed to see how absurd it was getting. And maybe absurd isn't the right word. Maybe just how far out in left field is probably better. But it took a different twist than I was anticipating. I didn't like the way they did Beast. Didn't like the way they did Belle. Oh God. So no, I couldn't do it. And the sad thing is, I had bought all the way up to Part of Your World, which is the Ursula retelling or whatnot, Little Mermaid, but it deals with Ursula being the villain and stuff like that, and like how or why she becomes the sea witch, and I wasted all that money because I assumed I was going to like it. Why wouldn't I like it? It's Disney. Again, it's Disney, but I couldn't do it. I put them aside, and I will be giving them away.
Right along with some of my another one of my book fails. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I've been trying to read a lot of the Star Wars books. Read a lot of the Old Republic books; those are good. Most of the books that's come out more recently sucked. They're boring. The best of the new ones, it was basically Fault in Our Stars set in Star Wars world. It was interesting, but it was a teen romance instead of Star Wars, really.
So what they're trying to do in episode 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. I'm so sorry.
The sad part is that was the best of all of the newer ones I've read. All the other ones, I got like 2 chapters in, it's like, this isn't going anywhere.
You know, you feel so let down and betrayed. Like, these books are supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to, like, take you by the hand and lead you down this awesome adventure, and you realize they're taking you to a dump.
Yeah. It's like, they've been so bad I haven't even been able to trust trying to pick up basically the retelling of the Thrawn books, because I don't trust that's going to be any good. They've done horrible on the new ones.
My most recent book fail, and I know we're doing all this, like we're doing a lot of book fails, just mainly that it's like, oh, we finally have a chance to do all in one, just a negative book dump. So I picked it up actually a few years ago. It's been on my TV Red shelf for past couple of years, or bought it in 2014. So yeah. Ooh, man, that's a long time. No, maybe 15.
Okay.
5 to 6 years. It's been a while. But just because, you know, I've wanted to reread other books, or I've had other books that have come that I wanted to read that were newer and stuff like that. So I just always kept getting pushed back. And it was Asylum. I forgot the author's name off the top of my head. It is sitting in a box to be donated or given away to a friend. But it's a YA horror story that kind of revolves around this kid that is going to a college prep course and to a university, and this university is the campus is kind of built around part of an old asylum, and it's haunted. I can't tell you anything else. Because I didn't get very far. And this kind of sort of segues into another little thing about me. I'm unfortunately, I don't view it as being unfortunate, but other people can do. Just depends on who you are. I'm very shallow in the guys I read about, or the male characters in the books that I read. They have to be kind of a certain way. And I'm sorry if that's toxic masculinity. Is that technically toxic masculinity?
It could be.
It could be. I don't know. But I have a specific guy that I like to read about. I'm trying to figure out how to describe this without coming off rude. It's kind of hard. So the on a scale where Edward Cullen from Twilight is the weakest. God, lack of a better wimpiest, weakest, like whatever term you want to put there. Edward Cullen is like 1 or 0. That's the furthest that I can stand. Being super macho, jerkish, just tough guy mentality, like Jericho Barons from Fever series. This is the farthest that I can stand. Anything past that, I'm just like, dude, you're even drowning in testosterone. You can stop it. Less than that, and that's less than Edward. I'm again like, you could definitely be drowning in testosterone. And there's a love-hate relationship between guys like this. But so going back to Asylum, the male is done in a male point of view, or for a male character, and dude, he is just so unsure of himself. He is so shy, so timid, in like questioning every thought he has. Should I like this girl? How do I describe this? Should I talk to her? Well, what if I do talk to her? Is she gonna like me? They go and check out part of the asylum. well, I guess I really don't want to do this because it's scary, but now I've said something, so I have to do it because I'm a guy. And just very just like, like, how would you describe that? Like, yeah, it's so hard to describe, but I can't stand guys like that. And there are a few guys where it's just like, no, dude, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I call it toxic masculinity, I guess. I don't know. Negative thinking on men. But I do have a particular personality type that I do like to read about for guys. And this kid did not fit it. He was definitely felt more like kiddish. Just, again, kind of wimpy. Sorry. So, yeah. And then having to listen to some of his thoughts. And some of the writing as well was kind of poor. Like, one of the characters had gotten a text message and they were walking to breakfast, and the character kind of turns his phone away so no one can kind of see what he's doing, and the character's like, I wonder why he's hiding. Oh, well, I guess I really shouldn't worry about it. It's none of my business. Well, then why did you put it in the book? If it's what is that, or is that your type of foreshadowing? Is that what you're trying to do? That this kid's probably not something that he seems, that he's putting off to everyone else? That he's a little different, or he's going to be part of the bad team, bad guys? So it's just like, it seemed very childish, and I couldn't get through it. So I put it aside. But yeah, no, that was definitely a book fail, unfortunately. But luckily I had only bought that first book and I didn't buy the other ones. Disney's Twisted Tale has definitely taught me to be careful. Sorry, our cat kind of
nipped.
He's a jerk. Yeah, like, is there any books that you have coming up, or not coming out, but you want to like read or reread that you're thinking of?
Yeah, I do have a couple series that I'm planning on rereading. I'm gonna actually reread Dragonlance, or not all of Dragonlance. The main books, Spring Dawning and all of those. Might do Preludes and stuff like that. I have a hard time with those because they were taken over by other authors. They're great books, but they're kind of like the Star Wars books where it's legends now instead of actual canon.
One of the series that I want to reread, that I've been dying to reread actually, is Rachel Vincent's Shifter series. And I know I've mentioned it a few times in past videos, but I really need to reread that.
And it is a series that we need to actually have a group review of.
Yes, it is happening. We are going to have a group discussion, and it's going to be long. Just warning you, because we all have very strong opinions about this world. It is so awesome.
It might end up being a couple different videos.
But yeah, so that is something to look forward to in the future. But yeah, so that was our little. We're gonna try and do this together.
At least once a month. We're gonna try.
Yeah. Instead of just doing complete solo videos. But yeah, so that was some things that we look forward to. Definitely excited about this one. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I do have to bring up one of the books that I am highly excited for. I have no idea when it's coming out, but Brent Weeks is actually working on a book that is set in the same world as his first series. Well, I guess it was just a trilogy. But his Night Angel series, he's returning to that world, and I can't wait for that book.
Awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, I do have another book that's coming out in April, but I'm not going to get into that one just yet. That one will be for next video. But what?
Do you have? I kind of think from time to time you should try and force her to read one of my books. She's not too fond of some of some of my books are, since I tend to go for more high fantasy, the names tend to be a little ridiculous to try and read, and it does give her some issues, but...
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm challenged in reading.
I have a couple series that I think she needs to try and read.
That, and I like my comfort zone. I like my fantasy, paranormal. I like reading about, fairies and vampires and werewolves and werecats.
Yes, but on that note, one of the series I think you really should read, especially after listening to you talk about the Fever series, is Age of Misrule.
Oh god, that one's so hard.
Very hard to read. It is like very much like British English writing. It can be a little dense at times, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But it is an awesome series.
Maybe you can read it to me. That got him.
She also really needs to read Sherry Priest's, I don't remember what the actual name of the series is.
Starts with Bone Shaker.
Yes.
Steampunk.
Steampunk, zombies, sci-fi-ish.
Definitely sci-fi, since that's the publishing company. Or one of the publishing companies on there. Anyways, sorry. But anyways, yeah. Anything else we want to add?
Thinking maybe every now and then we should do a poll. What book should we read next?
Yeah, we can totally do that. Toss in some maybe new books or previous books that we've read and we need to do a reread or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Poll. Yeah, sounds good.
Even if it's forcing me to read one of her series. I mean, I've read a couple of her series that I really liked.
Shifter series.
Yes.
Nailed him. Gosh.
Some of them, even she thinks I probably won't like, but might put on the list too.
Yeah. Because I was sorry, I had to completely stop myself. I was going to go off in a list of, this is what you can read. And I needed to dial it back.
Yeah, she has read a couple of my series, and she has enjoyed most of the ones she's read.
Yeah.
That did make me think of one of your other book fails.
What?
You tried to read Sword of Truth, and you could not get into that.
No, I couldn't get into that. But from everything that you've told me, I probably won't try and reread it or whatnot, or not even really listen to it.
There's definitely parts I think you would enjoy, but yeah, I think you would have issues with it overall.
It's fine. Books are not for or some books are just not for everybody.
Yep.
Definitely more your books than mine, and I have books that are more mine than yours.
Yes. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're good right now. I think this was a good. This is supposed to be done at the end of the month, and we're doing it at the beginning of March, so.
Yes.
Or end of February. We're doing it at the beginning of March now.
Yes, I unfortunately had a bit of a busy time at work and didn't get to do it when we were originally planning.
It's okay. We're doing it now. So, but yeah, that's our little what would you call this?
I don't know. State of the bookshelf.
Yeah, kind of like a State of the Union. State of the Bookshelf. We're gonna start calling it that. Unless y'all have a different name for our group chats on things other than the books that we've been reading together. But State of the Bookshelf. Yes, I like that. So, but yeah, so this has been the State of the Bookshelf for Boeing Bookshelf.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you have not already.
Yes. And in the comments, if you have any suggestions, like always, drop it in the comment section and we'll put it under consideration or put it in a poll and we'll see what happens. But until next time, bye!